Guys, welcome to episode number 12 of the Derby Current Live, and to start off this episode, we are currently top of the table after 23 games, joint top with Stoke. The difficulty's been a bit of an issue we've had. Obviously we're struggling to make it difficult. If you look at the table, obviously drew against Reading in the last game, which was in the rain, but other than that it's been pretty easy coasting. Basically because we played a rotation side and Jordan Hugill had the game of his life in that game, QPR won that. Lost against Forest. I feel like, I don't know, we just run away with games too easy, if that makes sense. Like, we just make it a little bit too easy. Then again, we do have a very good team. We do have the FA Cup draw, and it is against Shrewsbury, which is a very good team to play against. Obviously, League One, I think. I want to say League One. So we can play a bit of a weaker team for that game. We'll play a strong team for the Barnsley game, then play a weak team against Shrewsbury, then go for a strong team in the semi-final against Bournemouth. Then we got Borough away, then we got Hull City at home, Luton away, and then Bournemouth to end off January. Obviously, during this month, I'll probably only play 2 games an episode just because of signings and all that stuff, obviously sorting out that. So, yeah, going into the first game then against Wigan away from home. Hopefully we can start with a win. Here we go then for the game against Wigan Athletic. I do remember, I think, did they beat us or did they draw? Definitely wasn't a win, because Charlie Mulgrew did score 2 from the free kick. They've got David Marshall in goal, Byrne, Fox, Mulgrew and Naismith in the defence, then Sam Morsey, Merry, Gareth Roberts, then Lang, Josh Windass and Gail Hart up top. It's a robust team, you know, they're quite strong and powerful. David Marshall I didn't realise was at Wigan, but yeah, it's a pretty decent team. We've gone for Wisdom and Malone at fullback, then Jason Knight in the midfield. Attempted to play Huddleston, but I just felt we need to basically just use lower rated players, and hopefully that way it's a little bit more tougher. Ball into the back post, it's in for Lang. Malone tries to get the tackle in but can't quite. Keeper parries it straight back to the Wigan winger, and they do make it 1-0 in the 11th minute there. You can definitely tell that I've fiddled the sliders, like the pass accuracy, the control accuracy, maybe not the shooting, could be a little bit better, but still, they do make it 1-0 there in the first 15 minutes. Chance here for Wigan in the box to end off the first half. Curtis Davis misses the interception, and it is on the stroke of the end of the half. They do make it 2-0. Inside, I'm actually celebrating because the game's actually difficult now, which I want a challenge, and that's what we've got now. It's not going to be an easy ride until the end of the season. We have finally found the correct sliders, hopefully. It's, again though, we're away from home. Away from home is a little bit more difficult. I have got Shinny in the team, not Shinny, sorry, Jason Knight. I could always put Huddleston and make the midfield a lot better. Chance here for Wigan, they're running through a Burn. Now with the chip shot and into the back of the net. Wigan have made it 3-0. I think it's time to make a little tactical change just to the formation. I don't think this one is quite working, which is like, I want us to be in a bit of a difficult situation. Probably take Holmes off. Go for something like this. Charles Assume with the ball here. Obviously a player that can create a goal out of nothing. Going around so many players. Now with the shot, hits the post. That's about the best chance for us so far in the game. Probably should have scored there, but just hits the post. As you can see, Wigan are very, very deep. And we did struggle in the last time we played against Wigan, so maybe it is just a bogey team. Rooney here with the ball. A good foot in there though from the defender. That's what I want to see. I want to see proper defending from the AI. Ball here with it. Wigan in the box with the shot and in the back of the net. It's 4-0 to Wigan. Maybe I've gone a little bit too far with the difficulty. Maybe it's a little bit too hard now. That's what I worried, basically. I worried that like that passing play, you'd never see that from Wigan. It's like Barcelona, but as long as I don't mind us struggling away from home. It's at home if I'm struggling to get wins. That's where I'm going to find the issue. And there we go, full time against Wigan, our biggest loss of the career mode. We have lost 4-0. We haven't even scored in the game. I think that's quite a rarity. I don't know. I like it because it's different. It's something. Oh, we've won another game. Won another game. Maybe we do need to make some signings to improve. A few scout reports here then. I think those are the ones on, some of the players that I added, plus Ashley Hunter, Jordan Ibe, James Milner. So let's have a quick look at those just to see what kind of ratings we're looking at. So, yeah, we offered about 2 million for Jeff Hendrick, so maybe we may have to get him on a pre-contract. That might be the play for Hendrick. Same with Jordan Ibe at 4.8 million. We've got the wages, it's just transfer money-wise. Ashley Hunter doesn't look too bad, but at 65 rated we have got better options. To sign Milner at 80 rated, but 33 years old. I think still could do a job, you know. It's 87 strength, 87 stamina, sorry. The thing is with a lot of old players is like Huddleston, for example, has got like 30 stamina. Not really usable, but actually let me just check those ones at the top. So yeah, looking at this guy here, 65 rated isn't too bad, but the 36 strength is the thing that kind of puts me off him at 6 foot tall. I don't know if there's a way of actually going into training and improving that. See, this camera guy, it's 76 rated, but 5'10". It's could I play him at CDM or something? What's his passing like? It's not terrible. 75 is pretty decent actually. So yeah, that's one option. So with that loss in the last game, it does mean we do go down to second. Hull City do go back into first. Forest only 2 points behind us, so we probably do need to pick up some points in this game against Charlton, who are currently... Where are Charlton? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. No, they're rock bottom of the table. That's why I couldn't see them. So this is the test, basically. If I win this game, we've probably got the right difficulty. If we lose the game, then I've definitely got the wrong difficulty. So kind of tempted to go for the away kit, but I'll go for the home. So it is the last game before Craig Forsyth does leave the club. So I'm really tempted just to play him because he has been an absolute servant of the club, being here for the last like 5 or 6 years now, probably 6 years actually. So I'm going to slot him in at left back just for his little testimonial. We haven't played him all season long, but why the hell not? We're doing well. It's bottom of the league. I'm kind of tempted to put Dowling for Rooney, or even Josephson. But I think we'll go for Rooney, and we can always bring him off if we're winning the game. Here we are then at Pride Park against Charlton Athletic. I'm not too sure if it was raining last game as well. That definitely makes a difference to the difficulty. We've gone for Craig Forsyth in left back for his testimonial. Since it is his last game, he will be leaving the club to, I want to say Huddersfield, but it might be another Championship team. Huddleston in the holding midfield role. Looking at their team then, they've got Maynard Brewer in goal, Solly Pearce, Lockyer, then Doherty, then Morgan, Lipsey and Bon out wide, who I think played up top in the last game, Oztamir and Sarpong Weirdu on the left hand side, and Lyle Taylor up front. A little bit of pace up front. I think we won last time, so it'll be interesting to see how we do against them today. Forsyth with the ball into Marriott. Looking for not back to Rooney. He's in the box now, but can't really get the shot off now with the shot. Saved by the keeper. Martin with the rebound and into the back of the net. We do make it 1-0. I was kind of expecting Rooney to score the finesse shot, but I think that is the goalkeeper ability that I've increased, showing off there. And obviously we do get the rebound goal, which everyone seems to get in FIFA 20. It seems to be the kind of the meta, basically. Shoot from anywhere and hope you're the strikers there just to tap it in. To make it 1-0, so that's a good start for us, and it'll be interesting to see how the computer reacts since they have gone 1-0 down. Charlton on the attack here. It's in the box with Oztamir. He's not quite dealt with that defensively, and Charlton are 2-1 up, and I don't know what I can do there to... I thought I gave away a penalty. I kind of tripped up Oztamir, but carried it on. Now we are 2-1 down against bottom of the league. Right into Martin. Can he forge up a chance here? It seems like our control error is higher. Like our players are just taking terrible touches. A good save there from the keeper to keep it at 2-1. But we have got the corner here. Hopefully we can find... I can't do corners this year. They are honestly so nerfed compared to last year. Josephson on the ball here. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely put the difficulty too high now. It's one of those where it's so precise, the sliders, and I've kind of been changing them willy-nilly. And as you can see, it's cost us basically. Johnson on the ball here. One last attack of the game to potentially get the equaliser. It's into Rooney's path. But you just see it. You just see how in that situation the player wouldn't win the ball previously, but now does. And something I'm going to have to look at, of course. Waghorn still with a chance here to get us, rescue the point. Can he get the shot off? It's straight at the Charlton defender. And that is full time. We have lost back-to-back games for the first time on the career mode. Mainly down to me being, you know, a little bit I don't know, because there wasn't much in the game, but I just felt we should have done better. But I think it was down to the sliders mainly. So we have actually loaned out Lee Buchanan, which is quite surprising. I was expecting the glitch where low-rated players don't quite leave the club. But we are about to go into the January transfer window, so we will get Jared Bowen, of course. Maybe now we've got this such a difficulty. Maybe a different formation is what's necessary. But I think the pass error in that game was a little bit silly at times. We had like Charlton playing like Barcelona, so what I'm going to do is just go to CPU. I did have it down at 30, so I can't really blame anyone but myself. Also put the shot, I don't know, I kind of want to keep the shot error to where if they create a chance they score it. They do seem to miss a few. I'll also put the marking down a little bit because that was a little bit strong in that game. They literally run me like a rash. So with that loss, it does put us down into third. Forest go into second position. It is our first back-to-back losses, of course. Don't need to look at that. We've got the... I don't know why that is... I don't know why that I get that message on the career mode. It's literally so pointless. So we have got Jared Bowen now. As you can see, he has changed to Derby County. We'll have a look at him on the team. We have had a bit of growth to Jack Marriott, going to a 73 rated player, which is nice to see, of course. I don't think we've had any other growth, but we'll have a quick look through the team. Due to the players that we have let go, obviously Lawrence and Bennett both going, it's a little bit of a thinner squad now. Jared Bowen is actually a 76 now, so he was previously a 75. 4-star skills, which is something the team's definitely lacking. We don't have many skillers. Huddleston's gone down to a 71 as well. A little bit annoying, but at the same time, like with 33 stamina, you know, it's kind of probably going to happen. I don't know if I go for Bowen at cam, maybe, because Rooney, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, do I play Bowen in centre mid? I just don't know if he's quite got the defence. Yeah, 45 defending is not great. I'll bring him off the bench in the next game and see where. It depends on how he feels and how I play with him. That may decide where to put him. So we are in the January transfer window now, so we can actually go over to the transfer market, go to the transfer hub, and start to do some pre-contract signing. So, for example, Jordan Ibe, we can get on a pre-contract. I wish there was a way I could do it where I could literally just look at the pre-contracts. Matai Vidra's gone up a rating. He was 73 before, so that's interesting. He's gone up a stat. Jeff Hendrick, we can get on a pre-contract. I may just kick off the window with that, to be honest. 34 to 48. You know, I always want Jeff Hendrick. Danny Olmo's actually gone up 2 ratings as well, quite quickly in recent times. So yeah, let's kick off the transfer window with getting Jeff Hendrick on a pre-contract. It basically means we've got a better midfielder when we get to the Premier League. Also look at Will Hughes potentially when we do get promoted. Give him a 4-year contract, that will put him up to 31. Disregard release clause, and that'll be interesting to see if they give us... Oh, we got offer the wages. What did it say? 34. We'll go for 35k plus 200k in bonus, I think. Maybe go 250. I don't want to annoy him, basically. I'd rather pay a little bit more. We've got plenty of money there. You know, we've got 200k in the bag. And yeah, there we go. We have signed Jeff Hendrick on a pre-contract for next season. That's our first pre-contract signing. of many, probably. That's what I'm probably going to end up doing with most of my money. We don't need anything this season. We need... I don't know, I'll quickly show you what we need. Yeah, I'm really happy with Jeff Hendrick on a pre-contract. Also means that Bird gets a bit more game time. If we signed Jeff Hendrick now, it would have kind of blocked his path. I'm trying to think in terms of squad depth, what do we need to add to the squad? Well, we've just lost Bennett and Lawrence and Thorne and Forsyth. Forsyth is fine to go. Bennett and Lawrence weren't playing anyway, so it's only really centre mid, I think. But at the same time, we've got Knight, we've got Sibley. Knight's actually gone to a 56, and that was the other bit of growth we've had, so that's good to see. So that's one option. We haven't really played with George Evans as well, so I don't know. We've thinned the squad, but not to the point where it's 100% necessary to make a signing, but we can always do it. So into the last game of the episode against Barnsley, hopefully with those slight tweaks to the... What is that kit? Do you know what? I'm going to go for that kit. I think we already played Barnsley earlier on in the season, and it was a bit of a tough game, so we'll go for our bit of rotation just to mix it up a bit in terms of fitness. Here we are then for the game against Barnsley. If you think about it, like Wigan, Charlton and Barnsley are all games that we should be winning, but yeah, we're going for Wagon and Marriott up top just because Martin has dropped off a bit with fitness. Does mean we do have to bring them off the bench, of course. Wisdom and Curtis Davis also coming into the defence. Then we've got Collins in goal, then Covray at right back, Pinalos and Anderson and DLB finishing off the midfield defence. Then McGinnon and Duggal in the defensive midfield roles. Then Jacob Brown, Theum, Wolf and Coley Woodrow up top. It's a pretty decent team when you like in terms of a long-term championship project. Barnsley are a decent career mode. Wagon on the ball now to Marriott. As you can see, they are a little bit better defensively now. But like the first two games on Ultimate was a 5-0 victory, then a 3-0 I think against somebody else, and it was, you know, it was pretty easy when you're into Max Bird. The only thing about Max Bird is he's got 2-star skills, but it's not the biggest of issues, to be honest. Waghorn on the ball here. Can he get it off the defender? Yes, he can. On his right foot, into the back of the net. Martin Waghorn. I thought I'd just change up the front two because it was getting a bit stagnant with Marriott and Martin, so we've put Waghorn in, and I think it makes more sense to bring Martin off the bench last few minutes. You know, he's a bit more Route 1, just hit it up to him. Marriott on the ball here. Can we get one last goal to end off the half? It's out to Wisdom inside to Holmes, now into Rooney. Can he go around the defender? Yes, he can. With the shot, saved nicely by the keeper. Rooney on the ball here into Marriott. Trying to get it into Waghorn here. Yes, we can. Now with the shot, hopefully into the back of the net. Martin Waghorn seems very good at finishing. He hasn't played that many games because of Chris Martin, of course. But yeah, it's nice to see Waghorn doing the job in this game. We brought him off the bench and he's made the impact. Bowen off the bench here. Very, very agile. Jesus Christ, this guy's good. You know, you can just tell a player is good just by the way he moves on the ball. Fantastic from Bowen there. Bit unlucky not to get the goal. We've put him in the cam position for Rooney. I might have to change formation, you know. I might have to start this guy because he just feels so skillful. Chance here for Luke Thomas against his old club. Wisdom has got the strength to win it back. Has gone straight back to him though. Has he got the opportunity to get it into the near post? Yes, he does. Cleared, not fully, and it is into the back of the net with an absolute thunder strike. That might be shot error. That might be shot error. That's just put. Imagine a championship player doing that. That is a little bit broken from Schmidt, who just came off the bench. But I'd rather the computer be scoring goals than that just not have gone in. You know, I'd rather something unrealistic happen than nothing at all. Chance to get Bowen here. A ball through, but obviously not the tallest. I think he will be better out wide. It's just whether we make the decision to go back to a wide formation or not. Then we go full time against Barnsley. I think we've about found where the difficulty should be, which is great. It was a bit of a struggle, that game. A few decent saves from Collins. But yeah, I'm happy with where it's at the minute, but we'll have to wait and see how it does over the course of the next few games. Message here from Tom Huddleston. Unfortunately, mate, you've got terrible stamina, so I can't really play you too much. We have got a couple of messages here. Keller Roos and Johnny Mitchell's deals have broken down, so we still do have the two keepers. That's one area we can definitely look to improve, since we do still have those players on the transfer hub from previously. If I just sort it by position, maybe, you'll be able to see that we've got a few goalkeepers at the other end, still on the shortlist, so definitely can. Like Martinez is about the same as Roos, same with Martin, Diego Costa. Was one I looked at quite a bit. Also Dalberg. So yeah, the goalkeeper position, I don't mind replacing him for somebody who's a lot younger and probably a lot better. Like if I sell Roos for like 900k and I buy this guy, great. Another transfer offer for Keller Roos. Will probably accept this straight away. As I said, like 700k for him, and then just another couple of mil on another player. Then we've got a good transfer window. So yeah, I think we're going to probably wrap it up here just before the FA Cup game against Shrewsbury. We do have another transfer offer from Guangzhou in the Chinese Super League, which I will accept as well. Hopefully, Keller Roos will leave the club and we can get another goalkeeper in, because yeah, I'm just not, in real life I'm not really convinced with the goalkeeper position. So Van der Voort was a brilliant signing in my opinion. I think we paid $500,000 for him. And he's already got fantastic stats. If we can get that position in towards the 70 mark, then great. The only question is, where can we get Jarrod Bowen in? I think we may just have to change formation. I think that's the only real way to accommodate him. And probably stick Jozasoon on the other wing. So we'll look to do something like this, which does mean we have to drop either Holmes or who's the other player? Holmes or Bird basically have to be dropped, and I'd probably say Holmes, just because if we're playing a 2 in the CDM position, you kind of, because Shani's only 5'9", I can't really play Holmes next to him. He's not exactly a CDM. I don't mind playing him at centre mid in a 3, but this may be what we need to do. Waghorn can go out wide, of course. Martin has to come on the pitch at some point. That might be what we have to do, revert back to the 4-2-3-1, which makes sense because there's a lot of players that there's a lot of wingers that basically are good. Basically, I don't want to penalise the team by not playing with wingers. Also, Jozasoon will get a few more games from the start and hopefully has a good appearance. It's just off the bench. I think we could do a bit more. I think if we're going to play this formation, I need suggestions of wingers off you guys, because Patterson I'm not 100% convinced with. Holmes is probably better at cam. Waghorn probably again down the middle is better. But it just means it's a little bit more difficult to get Martin, Marriott and Waghorn involved in the team. That's the only issue with getting Bowen in. But nevertheless, going to wrap up this episode here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. We did make the signing of Jarrod. Was Jarrod Bowen? Yeah, Jarrod Bowen was this episode, wasn't it? Overall, very happy with how things are going. Obviously, with that win, it should probably put us back up into the top 2, but we'll have a look in the next episode. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like, rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.